Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we're reading from A Day at a Time, May 28th, Reflection for the Day. We've all had times when we felt alienated, when it seemed we had nowhere to turn and no one to turn to. When we don't know which way to turn, when there seems to be no one to help us, even then we're not alone or without help. A higher power is always with us. When we need strength or courage or comfort, a higher power is there with us as the help we need. Even before we turn to our higher power, its love reaches out to us. A higher power hears our cries and answers us. Do I truly believe that I no longer need to be alone? Today I pray. May I never be alone, even in a place by myself, if I take time to talk to my higher power. May my higher power be my companion, my joy, my ever-present help in trouble. May the knowledge of that constant presence fill me with calm, so that I will not fear either the solitude of my own room or alienation in a room full of people. Today I will remember, listen for my higher power's presence. Yeah, I was feeling very alone just this week. That strange, isolation in a room full of people kind of feeling. And it was getting to me. I was either letting it get to me or I was just had no defense against it, is what it really felt like. And I got to a point where it's very hard for me. It's very much like the food. When I was struggling with the compulsion to eat, it became very evident to me that once that raging feeling was there, it was like I had no defense against it other than a divine act of God or like a human being physically keeping me back. And so I got to the point where I realized that I had to improve my spiritual life, my prayer life, my program life, to the point where I simply wasn't getting to the point where things were out of control. So that because I thought that the problem was I just didn't have what it took to stop myself in those moments. And what I realized for me personally was I had to become well enough so that I didn't get to that point, because at that point, I don't think I'm ever capable of stopping myself. And so, just speaking for myself personally here. And so I think too, in some way, the same for me is true of this loneliness. That once I get to this point, this emotional space of feeling completely and utterly alone, in that point, it's like I've lost my emotional sobriety. Because even though I can see that it's not true, I have no defense against believing it to be so. And so my journey now is to work on creating enough distance, enough wellness in my life with my program work, with my mindset coaching, with my whatever, so that I become a healthier and healthier version of myself. Because I don't know if I will ever be able to talk myself out of the space of feeling completely alone, even if I know it's not true, that dark, heavy loneliness. It's very, very hard. I am learning how to hold my higher power's hand and walk through it to the other side, believing that it will come. So that is huge. That's huge growth. And I hope and I pray and I really believe, I really think that it is possible to get to a point of enough health and wellness that perhaps I don't have to fight that fight anymore. But until then, I will remember that even in that space, my higher power is not only there, but he's walking with me. I had this image this week when I was struggling that it's kind of intense. But like if you're exercising, doing something really hard and your body starts to shake and tremble and oh my gosh, your hands are going to slip because you just can't hold on to whatever it is any longer. That's kind of how I felt this week in my loneliness. And I got this beautiful image, for whatever reason, that my God was there on the cross, trembling and shuddering and looking like he was about to collapse. And for whatever reason, in this image I threw my arms around him. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel like I was about to collapse. All of a sudden, I didn't feel like I was shaky and about to slip. And I think that might be just what this reflection is talking about, in a way, in your own way, in perhaps a very different but similar way. That when you invite your higher power in, first off, we realize that he was there the whole time. We just couldn't see him. And second of all, it changes everything. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.